For a decade, Brad Doty has dreamed of again lapping Eldora. Tonight, that dream becomes reality. Ladies and gentlemen, TNN Motorsports is so very proud to show you live pictures of Brad Doty back behind the wheel. For the first time since his crash, a career-ending crash 10 years ago tonight at the Kings Royal. We salute you, number 18, and celebrate a brilliant career that, though cut short, has never diminished the man. Because, Brad Doty, you are the man. Brad's wife, Lori, and his children looking on. Brad is going to take a green flag. The people are on the fence and people are going wild. 10 years later, for Brad Doty, in your face. 10 years to the day. His wife, Laura, married 16 years, looking on. His daughter, Brandy. His son, Brandon, 12. There's Brittany. She's 9. Brittany had never seen her father in a race car. Brad barely remembers it. Brad Doty, 1987, second place, World of Outlaws, the year Steve Kinzer decided to win 46 feature races. This is a replica of that 87 car. A hand throttle and a hand brake. Brad, can you hear us? Brad, Steve Evans in the booth, my friend.
I can hear you.
Is it as you dreamed it would be?
I can barely hear you guys if I'm on. I tell you what, that was absolutely awesome. What a great feeling.
Your fans not only have never deserted you, you may have more than ever.
I'll tell you what, I feel like I beat the place, I guess. Slowed me down a little bit. I'm back.
And Brad, when he entered turn 2, just looked over and thumbed it.
Come back on that?
That first trip through turn number 2, that was a challenge for you.
I'm sorry, guys, I can't hear you. I got the volume turned up.
That's okay, Brad. A little hard to hear over an alcohol-burning 700 horsepower sprint car motor. This place is still standing, Dave Reef.
Oh, absolutely, and I'm standing too, Steve Evans. I was unfortunate and never got to see Brad Doty in his prime time. His family's down here, and Lori Doty, what an unbelievable sight, seeing your husband cruise around this place. This has got to be very emotional for you guys as well.
Yeah, it is.
Does it help put a little bit of closure on what's going on in your lives?
Pardon?
No. Does it help bring closure to your life?
It's been a long, drawn-out deal, and this is just Brad's way of saying farewell to this part of the sport.
Well, it certainly is a very wonderful sight, and you certainly can't put many words to this. It's Lori Doty, entire family standing right here, watching Brad make those laps.
Well, they're pushing off the A feature, and don't you know, Brad Doty wishes he was in it. We'll be back with a $50,000 to win Kings Royal. Right after this, live on TNN Motorsports, the crowd is still standing for Brad. We're back, and don't forget, there's a lot going on this weekend. Tune in to Rick Benjamin Sunday morning at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning Eastern Time. And don't forget, for all your news on Cars and Stars, it's www.country.com. I have to tell you, the only person I wish that could have been here that wasn't tonight is Ralph Shaheen, our broadcast buddy who's down in Dover, Delaware, getting ready for the IRL race that'll be seen on our big sister network, CBS, on Sunday. And I know, Ralph, I know you're watching, and we're thinking about you. That was, I know, something you really wanted to be here for in person. So the A main is out on the racetrack right now as we look at Brad Doty when he concluded his little exhibition thing here in the car that Larry Wood so lovingly restored, or actually recreated. I'm sure when Brad gets back in the booth, there's a lot of people he'll want to thank for that. But that was a very good race car. Number 2 in 1987 in the national or world of outlaw points. Well, there's been a lot of build-up to this Kings Royal. Last night's fantastic race. 3 hours live on Motor Madness. And we're closing in on about, remember, this is a 40-lap race. And the complexion of this event is going to be dictated by the number of cautions and possibly even a red flag should a car get upside down. Because if one driver gets a giant lead and it runs green, that driver is going to win it. Let's take a look at past winners over 15 years. As Bobby Gerald said, that Steve Kent is the only one that's been in all 15 of them. In fact, he has won 4, looking for 5 tonight. Johnny Hollywood Herrera got that nickname when he won it in '96 here on television. Dave Blaney, we had in the booth, 95 and 93. Jack Howdenchild, he's taken a bunch of money out of here in 94 and 87. Sammy Swindell, 92. Now you can read the rest. Bobby Davis Jr., Donnie Kreitz Jr., that was a big surprise because he was running second when Howdenchild lost a tire back in 85. And Doug Wolfgang, now pretty much retired, won it in 90 and 85. One of the great drivers ever. And there is the trophy that's going to go to very possibly the 9th different driver to ever win the Kings Royal. And of course, the lovely throne that I had the pleasure of sitting on 2 years ago, complete with the crown, you remember, and the scepter, doing my very weak imitation of a Kings Royal winner. The first race in the month of money. And here's where they go. Lernerville Speedway, the Silver Cup. That's a 30 grander. It's a lot of money for that racetrack. Back to Eldora for the HBO, the historical big one. $100,000, but no outlaw points. And of course, the Amoco NASCO Nationals. Brad Doty is now pacing the A feature in the 18 car. And soon you saw him over there talking to Jack Howdenchild, exchanging body language. And I'll tell you, it's been a thrill for these drivers. The anticipation of seeing Doty back out on the racetrack. Many of them raced with him, many did not. There was no more exciting driver, in my mind, ever than Brad.
Enough lead here, maybe I can win this thing. I'm just kidding. My wife, I hope my wife didn't hear that.
I hope you heard what Brad said. He said, if they gave me enough fuel, maybe I could win this thing. I hope my wife didn't hear that. Let's go down to Dave Reed.
Stephen, almost a Cinderella story. Last night, Jeff Swindell had to go through the C, the B to the A to finally finish 12th. Tonight, he is on the pole with $50,000 on the line. I'm with his crew chief, Rob Hart. What did you guys find that has enabled you to be in this position?
I don't know, just a little bit of everything. Everybody here has been working hard. Jess, we've been getting along a lot better as a team, working a little harder with him. Today in the shop was a nice day. We went good at the end of last night. We found a couple things. Today was a nice day in the shop, and everything was going well. It just went well since we got here.
We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
40 laps. We'll see if the glass slipper fits on the foot of Jeff Swindell.
Yeah, well, it's almost the stroke of midnight. Here they come, the traditional Outlaws 4 abreast salute to the crowd, and tonight to Brad Doty as well. Ah, this is special. Brad Doty is a man that has never let that wheelchair get him down. He goes out and cuts firewood in the forest, can do virtually anything you and I can do but walk. It certainly is brilliant on our TNN telecast. All right, here's your lineup. Brad, get back up here. That's enough. Come on.